guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm sure I look a little bit crazy because I have my eye makeup done and my brows, but nothing on my skin, which feels very, very strange. Trust me, it feels really strange, but that's because we're doing a first impression of a new foundation today. I don't know how new this is. I think it's fairly new. I did put on Snapchat to like screenshot if you want a first impression. I got a ton of people wanting me to do a first impression on this. I can't even look at myself. I just feel like I look crazy. So this is the Urban Decay All-Nighter Liquid Foundation. The claims are to be full coverage, long wearing, matte finish, waterproof, and oil-free. I will test the waterproof part when I get home tonight because I have stuff going on today. I also just got out of the shower, so don't mind my awkward half-wet hair. So I'm really intrigued. This is supposed to be waterproof, full coverage, matte, like the whole thing. If this measures up to all the claims, this is going to be my new go-to foundation. I have very, very high hopes for this. So, Urban Decay, you better man up. Also, a little bit goes a long way. There's no need to build your coverage with multiple layers. Light diffusing pigments blurs flaws for perfected skin, and high-tech ingredients mattify and absorb oil. This sounds amazing. Like, everything about this just sounds really good. You are supposed to shake it first. All right, so I was in Sephora yesterday and I was matching. I felt personally like I did multiple swatches on my neck and I felt like I could have been a 3, a 3.25, a 3.5. I felt like multiple would have worked for me, but I ended up getting the 3.0 because we are going into winter. So I was like, if I feel like they're all gonna work, I should probably stick with the slightly paler shade. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw on this nasty old makeup headband, which I feel like we all have one of these. Like, do you guys have one of those headbands that's just like covered in foundation? It's just gross. Okay, so I do have my moisturizer on. I'm gonna follow the exact same routine for foundation that I typically do with all of my foundations. So I'm not gonna do anything differently. I'm not gonna take any extra fancy steps or anything like that. But I am going to give it a fair chance, of course, with primer and my moisturizer because that's what I always do with my skin. So I'm going to use my favorite primer from the drugstore. This is the Milani Prime Shield. My absolute favorite primer if you are oily, guys. It's just fantastic. So just to be fair, I will do only half of my face. And we can kind of see if it really makes a difference or if the foundation can be worn without primer. I hope I can remember. This is the side. This is the side that I'm putting primer on right now. All right. Really hope I can remember that. But at least we have it documented. So I do have like a foundation brush, but I also have a freshly cleansed beauty blender. It's fresh, it's clean. Let's just hop right on into it. Personally, I usually go ahead and apply all foundations with the beauty blender. I don't love using brushes, so I think I'm just gonna stick with that today. I love the packaging for this though. Super jazzy, like bouge. This has 1 fluid ounce, if you were wondering. And I believe, oh my god, I don't remember how much this was. Let me Google it. Oh my god. This was $40. Okay. Should have remembered that. That's a lot. $40. My favorite other high-end foundation would either be like the Estee Lauder Double Wear or the MAC Studio Fix. And honestly, I feel like all high-end foundations that you like typically range between $30 and $50. So pretty average in price. I'm really living for this packaging. Like I don't know. I really like it. I'm just gonna take a little bit. I haven't used it yet. Okay. Okay. There we go. Just gonna take a little bit on my beauty blender. So that was about 1.5 pumps, and so far it is covering my whole face. It's fantastic. Okay. I'm like so quiet right now because I'm just like staring in the viewfinder. I'm so focused. Oh my god, I'm so focused. I've been seeing so many reviews on this and I haven't watched any videos. I've just seen like thumbnails of people reviewing it and I haven't watched any for some reason, so we're just going in blind. I definitely grabbed one of the yellow based colors. I don't think it's too warm. I do like that they claim that this is like a full coverage. You don't have to use multiple layers because I hate using concealer and I do have some hyperpigmentation issues. I do think it's a pretty good color match though. So that is comforting. So that was like 1.5 pumps and it did cover, well, you never really know because the first pump doesn't really put out that much, but it did cover you know, a big chunk of my face. I do think I could use a little bit more. I still see a little bit of the hyperpigmentation on my cheeks, but we didn't use much. I just took another half of a pump, and I'm just going to apply a little bit more. I do think a damp beauty blender though is really good for this. I don't think it's too thick of a formula. It's definitely not very thick. It's not like a super heavy cream. It feels very light on the skin, and the formula itself was fairly runny. So if you don't like a thick foundation, you're not gonna have to worry about that with this. I did bring a mirror. I don't know why I'm not using it. I don't know how it's picking up on camera, but in person the color is freaking perfect, and I'm so relieved because I really was. A few of them seemed like they would have worked, but it's definitely a good color. But it is really nice coverage, and it's not shiny at all on the skin. I haven't even set it with powder yet, and it doesn't look like super dewy or anything like that. So I'm going to take another half a pump because I don't think I need a whole one for my forehead because it does spread very well. It almost feels like you're applying a liquid powder because it dries super quickly and leaves almost like a powder finish, which is nice. Okay, so that is my full face with the foundation on. I would say in total for my whole face I took about 3 pumps. It does spread extremely well, and it does, like I said, it dries down really nicely. It dries very quickly. Oh my god, like touching, it doesn't feel wet. Oh wow. It like didn't even transfer on my hand. I really appreciate that because I feel like so many liquid foundations take so long to dry, and you have like, you tap it and it's like dewy and sticky, and I hate that feeling. So this is definitely a genuine matte formula, and it dries down really well. As for the coverage, it's supposed to be like super duper full. You don't need more than 1 layer. I do think that's mostly true, but like, still looking at myself from afar back here, I don't feel like everything is fully covered. I think the coverage is very nice, and I would definitely call it full considering I didn't use any concealer or anything like that, but I do think it could be buildable if you want to. The box says you don't have to build it up, but if you want to, I think I would apply a little bit more here just to make sure all my hyperpigmentation is covered, or use a little bit of concealer first. But overall, I really do like the coverage. I like the color. I like the way it sits on the skin. Like I said, it doesn't feel greasy or heavy. It feels very light, and it was really quick, easy to do. And I picked up my favorite also from Urban Decay, the Naked Skin Concealer in the color Light Neutral. I've used this before. It's not part of the first impression, but this concealer, oh my god. If you guys haven't used this before, you gotta pick it up. It's like the best concealer. It's super creamy, nice and pigmented. So of course now I like have to finish up my skin. So let me just finish up my skin, and I will be right back. Shout out to my favorite highlighter, Flexitarian by ColourPop, yes! Okay guys, so this is how the foundation looks all set. I did get 1 shade darker on my concealer than last time, and I feel like it's not bright enough under my eyes, but I digress. So we're talking about foundation. So honestly, it looks really good set. I don't see a difference yet, of course, with the primed side and the non-primed side, but I did the exact same steps for everything. All I did was set my whole face with my translucent powder and go about my normal contouring, bronzing routine. So it is approximately noon right now. I'm getting a late start today. So I'm gonna go ahead and have a long day today. I'm gonna be going into the city to visit my mom and have dinner with her and hang out for the night. So when I come home, we can go ahead and check where we're at, and then maybe do a little waterproof testing tonight, which will be very interesting. But so far, I'm really liking the foundation. I really like the way it's sitting on the skin. I really like the way it feels. I do feel like it's gonna lock in for a while, and I really hope so. We'll check in midday and then back tonight. Hello friends, so it has been 4 hours since I put the foundation on. I have been filming and working from home. I'm about to head out. I have to change. I just threw on this t-shirt from Target. I am about to head out to go visit my mom for the night, but I've had it on for 4 hours. I must say, I don't know if this has ever happened to you guys, but when you freshly dampen your beauty blender and you do your under eye concealer, sometimes it like messes up, like, and it doesn't look right. So I feel like it doesn't look bright under here, and it looks kind of red from my beauty blender, but let's not look at that. Let's look at my skin. So of course I'm shiny here from my highlighter, but let me look in my mirror for a second. I am not shiny I don't feel shiny. Let me look at, well, you know what's so funny? I feel like the side without the primer and the side with the primer look exactly the same still. So far so good. Like I said, it's only been 4 hours though, and it's supposed to be long wearing, and I have a long rest of the night ahead of me, so I'll be sure to check back in. I'm very excited about this. The fact that I'm not shiny so far is so good. That's the ultimate thing, and it's definitely not breaking up on the skin or anything. I'm looking at my mirror. It's not breaking up on the skin. It has settled into my nose crease, but I think every single foundation does that, but it hasn't settled anywhere else. So far so good. I will see you tonight. Guys, so I just got home. I think it's like 11 o'clock. So I had the foundation on for 11 hours. I'm looking at myself in the mirror. It is such a mess. The foundation is such a mess right now. Like it's... I'm looking in the mirror and so much of it has worn off. I will say though, the side with the primer is not much different from the side without the primer, but it did on the side without the primer kind of settle above my lip. You see that? Guys, look at it up close. It's awful. Wow. Like I'm looking at myself in the mirror. It has separated so much. Look at the separation on my forehead. And I didn't do anything crazy, you know, just like walked and ate dinner. So we'll stay up close for a minute so you can kind of see it. It's definitely cakey looking. I don't know. I don't really know now. It looked good after like 4 hours, but I noticed around like the 6 hour mark it wasn't looking as good anymore. So my usual long wearing favorite is the Estee Lauder Double Wear, and that one stays beautiful for like 12 to 14 hours. So having this on for 11 and noticing it start to get bad after like 6 to 8 hours. Oh my god. Like I keep looking in the mirror and it's not really good. I don't think it really oxidized too much, so that's good, but other than that, I'm not super impressed. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't think it's as long wearing as it claims. I do think it has nice coverage, and it is matte for the most part. Like between the two sides, I felt like they both stayed equally matte, a little bit shiny around 6 hours though. But the bottom line is, if like you need a really long wearing foundation, I would stick to like the MAC Pro Longwear or Studio Fix or the Estee Lauder Double Wear. Hey guys, so I'm so dumb. Last night I never did the waterproof test. So, and I typically like to wear foundations 2 days in a row to like really get a good vibe for how they feel on my face. So I've had it on today for, what time is it? I've had it on for 5 hours so far. I think it's about the same as yesterday. The one thing I notice about this is that the separation is what's really bothering me the most. And like you can see how it kind of settles into my creases and stuff. It doesn't really sit on top of the skin all day. And I've only had it on for 5 hours. I don't know, ultimately I don't think I would buy this again personally. I don't know, I think I would stick with my Estee Lauder Double Wear. Even my Revlon Color Stay stays on so much better than this. But I thought we would at least do the waterproof test together on the second day now, because I felt so bad. It just hit me and I was like, I never did the waterproof test. So I'm gonna put you next to my sink with my toothpaste and all. I'm gonna clip back my hair. I like don't know how this is gonna be waterproof because I also have like powder and stuff on, but we'll just like splash some water on my cheeks and see. Oh my god, I'm nervous. Okay. I'm just like dripping it on my face. This is not waterproof. This is bullshit. Look at my chin. It's literally like melting off my face. This is such crap. I don't like this foundation. No offense, Urban Decay. It's literally melting off my face. Is it focusing? I don't know if you can see. Like, it's literally melting off onto my hand. Like, just padding. No. This is not waterproof. This is a lie. Anyway, no. Like, can you guys see how it's like balling up and coming off on my cheek and my chin? I don't know, like low-key want to return this. I hope I kept my receipt. I don't know. I could keep it and wear it on the days where I know I'm not gonna have a long day and it's like a 5 or 6 hour day, but like for a long wearing foundation and for $40, like That's no better than most drugstore foundations that I've tried and liked. My friend told me that her friend had it oxidize on her skin though, and thankfully I didn't have that issue. The color stayed pretty true all day for me personally, but everything else, and look at my forehead too. I feel like it's more shiny today than yesterday, and I'm wearing primer. You see my forehead? So it separates, it settles, it's not waterproof. I don't feel like it's very long wearing. You guys saw it last night. It looked like a hot mess. So that's my review. Sorry. I wish I liked it, but I don't. Can't stop looking at my creepy chin. I'm gonna have to go take my makeup off, but I'm done for the day. Let me know again in the comments how you like this foundation, and give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys soon. Let me know what else to review next. Bye.